Congratulations, you are a winner because you just tuned in to this week's beer review from the Mighty Plantain, which is me. Thanks, folks. I appreciate your continued support in checking into these things. This time around, we're going to check out a beer from Innis Gunn. These guys have never disappointed me. Okay, I can't say never because I think maybe once they came in lackluster, but barrel-aged beers are one thing this brewery does pretty much exclusively, and I love a good barrel-aged beer. Tonight, we're going to check out their White Oak Wheat Beer, which is a wheat beer with bergamot orange peel and orange oil added. Now, I'm going to go ahead and read the full label description here. Inspired by the aromas and flavors more typically found in a cup of Earl Grey, this German-style wheat beer has been brewed at a warmer temperature to encourage sweeter, spicier flavors to develop. The brew has been aged over oak and then finished with bergamot and orange to create a fragrant, refreshing finish. So it says here it's an oak-aged beer, but it says it's been aged over oak, not in oak barrels. Handcrafted Scottish beer. I'm a big fan of Scottish beer, and Innis Gunn has honestly always been a barrel-aged beer for me. Now, in the label and everything else, they say here it's been aged over oak, which tells me that this was not inside a barrel. This is probably aged over oak staves or oak shavings, but at some point it was aged over oak without actually being in a barrel, which is fine. From this brewery, I'm sure it's still a great beer, just as white oak wheat beer. So this has not been in barrels like most of their brews have. I'm thinking in order to keep up with demand, they can't necessarily dump everything into a barrel. I hope that doesn't make a huge difference in the quality of this brew. So I'm going to check it out though. Because like I said, maybe once have I been disappointed by this brewery. While I'm pouring this out, make sure to hit me up down below there with a like, a share, and if you're getting a value out of these beer reviews, hit me up with a subscribe. That way you'll get a notification every time I post a new beer review. Hopefully it's taking some of the mystery out of your local beer cooler, giving you a heads up as to what you can expect. And thank you to my loyal subscribers. I appreciate your viewership, but you only account for about 5% of my total views. So for the other 95% of you that are tuning into this, why aren't you subscribing? Just click on that little subscribe link. It takes a second. And hopefully you'll enjoy the next one as much as you enjoyed this one. So this is a very light looking beer, little cloudy, medium cloudiness I'd say, with a very nice golden amber hue to it, maybe a little touch of orange where it gets thicker up here in the thicker part of the glass. Golden amber to orange, I'd say. Mildly effervescent. I'm getting a good number of bubbles coming up from below. But in terms of the look of the beer, it's slightly cloudy, golden orange to amber, amber to orange. Getting an overall bitterness from the aroma. No particular notes though. It's interesting. The beer itself is just slightly bitter in terms of aroma. No specific notes jumping out at me here. Overall bitterness. If I fill my lungs, I'm getting a slight tinge of citrus. But overall, not much of anything in terms of the aroma. Bottoms up. Orange and citrus dominate the taste. Bits of orange and citrus. It's a very smooth beer with honestly a medium heavy mouthfeel. So it's a bit heavier than I would have expected based on the color and the appearance. But just a slight bit of orange and citrus, a little bit of sweetness in the taste. I hate to say it, because this is an Innis Gunn beer, and like I said, they put a lot of effort into their brewing, and a lot of really great beers come out of it, but I've got to put this one, and yes, this is a very quick rating for me, because I'm not getting a lot of subtle notes or complexity to base this on. I'm putting this at a solid 3 out of 5. Bear in mind, on that scale, a 2.5 is average. So this is just a bit above average on a 1 to 5 scale for me. It's just not impressing me with any particular notes or any flavor characteristics that stand out. But it's better than your average beer. It is very smooth, very easy to drink, and I'm enjoying it. I'm just not overly impressed completely with the flavor. So it is an above average beer. That's about all I've got to say about it. And I wish I had more, based on the fact that this brewery has given me a lot of very enjoyable beers in the past. So I'm going to throw a user poll up over here. Let me know what you think. Rate this beer 1 to 5. I want to hear if you agree or disagree. I'd love to hear some specific notes. Hit me up down below in the comments or the email link if you have anything more than just the 1 to 5 rating to compare to what I'm saying about this beer, and I'd love to hear it. Want to discuss it with you. There you have it. 3 out of 5. Slightly above average for being a smooth, drinkable beer and enjoyable, but it's just not impressing me. Till next time, folks. Cheers.